let's get to the Blackberry Torch review. Full review unboxing is in my channel. This is the review of Blackberry 6 really and the Blackberry Torch hardware. Let's get to it. I have to confess one thing though. I am a complete Crackberry head. I am addicted to the Blackberry Surface, so I might be a bit biased in favor of Blackberry. Keep that in mind when watching this review and choosing your own smartphone. Blackberry Surface is a great part of my preference for Blackberry phones. So let's get to it. Starting with the hardware of the Blackberry Torch, because you can get the OS Blackberry 6 on most recent Blackberry devices by now, except for my device, the Blackberry 9700. Thanks, Blackberry. You know how you can see the pixels? Like, okay, you can always see the pixels, but you can see the pixels one by one, like on the iPad? Well, it's kind of the same on the Blackberry Torch screen, which is a shame. I really wish Blackberry had put a bit more effort into optimizing the screen of this phone. Apart from that, it's still rather nice to watch video on, then you don't have this pixel effect. But overall, meh. Luckily, the screen does respond really well to your touches, which is great and convenient because it's a touch screen, and Blackberry users will have to get used to combining that touch screen with the hardware keyboard. That keyboard is not as, how do I say it, outspoken, like the keys are not as obvious, as thick as on the Bolt 9700, for example, but I do like the keyboard. I've been practicing on it a lot, and typing is pretty easy, feels good, feels great. It does make a lot of clicking noises like on the Blackberry Bolt 9700, the black edition, because my white edition doesn't do that. One last thing about the hardware of the Blackberry Torch, the battery life. I actually considered not even including it in this review because why on earth would you ask me about the battery life of a Blackberry? It's great, as usual, especially compared to other phones. So let me give you a quick tour through Blackberry 6 OS on the Blackberry Torch. Home screen. Another blogger pointed out why all this screen estate and no widgets to put on there, which is true, but then again widgets would get in the way of this wow magic slider popping up, a bit like the Android slider. But always present with 4 icons here. You can slide through different tabs with downloads, frequent, all applications, and your favorite applications, media. You can also go up and see all of those applications in the tab. I had to get used, it probably seems very normal to you to do all that, but I had to get used to it for a while. So you've got these tabs. You've got a very, very useful tab right here, which is absolutely useless right now because I have no messages. But normally, wait, I'll send myself a message. Okay, where am I? Okay, so I just sent myself a message on my Blackberry email service. Let's do it this way. So get this out of my pocket. I don't need to slide open the phone. I just tap the notification bar. I see, hey, someone sent me a message. Who is that? What's the subject, or at least the start of the subject? And I can instantly open the message. Backspace, and I'm back in the notification tray. I can see, do I have time to answer that message, or do I make the Torch review, which is actually, wow, I have a cold, so I'm having a hard time talking today. But as you can see, I have time to reply to the message because all I have to do is make this review instantly out of the notification bar to my events in my calendar and everything. There's a couple of more easy access things like that. For instance, you can easily access your wireless connection and all your connection settings, or you can easily change your sound profile. Already went through the tabs, so let's open a tab and go to, for instance, what's very specific. Oh, this is, if I touch and hold, I get a couple of options that I often use around this application or this part of the phone. So for instance, I can remove the application, move to a folder, well, just about anything, but very easily. I can, of course, also still use the little Blackberry icon to access a menu. An application that is not included in the previous OS's operating systems of Blackberry is, for instance, this is new, social feeds, which is like a big Google reader, but with Twitter and your Facebook. It's a bit like HTC is trying to do, or does very well actually, in the widgets on the Android phones. Also, no, just in general, HTC Sense. So this BlackBerry added an application, probably because more and more people are on all these social networks, IM services, and all the other things that we love to do on our phones. All in one application. Hey, you say, a YouTube application, finally, God, good thing BlackBerry woke up and got us a YouTube application. Well, dream on, go to YouTube and you end up on the mobile portal of the website. Okay, it says YouTube, well, it says somewhere RIM portal, so it must be optimized for BlackBerry, but I'm still not convinced. I want a YouTube application, BlackBerry. I want it from YouTube. One last thing. This is one of the few phones that I've tested that will actually let you rotate the home screen. Way to go, BlackBerry. I hate that I cannot do that on Android. Overall, it took me a while to realize that I have a touchscreen on this BlackBerry Torch. I was using the keypad and the trackpad and the hardware buttons here, which are very nice, by the way. I love still having hardware buttons instead of capacitive buttons. So I forgot I had a touchscreen. Now, after a couple of days of using this phone, I would not miss it for the world. What's especially what I love is pulling this out of my pocket and instantly seeing that notification bar without having to go to the menu or scroll here or scroll there. It's mainly the reason that I'm keeping this phone. What? Keeping? Well, yeah, if you saw the unboxing, you know that TJ on Twitter sent me his Torch to unbox and I simply kept it. Don't worry, he got compensated, but...